Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, we're going to talk about Bitcoin. We're going to take a look at Bitcoin on a 3-day basis, and we're also going to take a look at Bitcoin on a 3 weeks basis, right? And what type of price action we could anticipate over the next like a few weeks, few months, and all that good stuff, right? So it is mainly going to be a sort of a macro analysis, not a short-term analysis, but we're going to talk about altcoins, right? We're going to take a look at SNX. So we're going to talk about Atom, EOS, Band, and TOMO regarding the current bullish slash bearish structure, depending how you want to look at it, right? And all that good stuff. So if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description, and all that good stuff. If you're looking to join Send Premium, the link of the Discord public group also in the description, right? And all that good stuff, right? So it is going to be very, very interesting, for the rest of the month. The 3-day MACD already crossed bullish, and you guys remember what I promised you guys. I said, once we get the 3-day MACD to cross bullish, right, bulls could be very, very confident. Okay, so as you can see right now, even though price action is dipping lower, we got a sort of a bullish divergence right here. It is a short, I would say like a short term, like a potential breakout if we get high volume in this range. The volume, it is still low, okay, even though we got the bullish divergence right here. MACD, it is still positive, right there, but price action still below the 21 EMA. That's the hardest thing right now for the bulls is like, okay, we got the bullish MACD, but we're still below our 21 EMA on our 3-day basis, right? So that's why I'm saying like it could be a short-term breakout. It might not be some sort of a reversal pattern where we're going to be looking for price action to retest like a 60K and all that good stuff, right? So what I would say, if we get the breakout, because we already got the bullish crossover, remember on a 2-day basis, right, before we get the bullish crossover right here, what we were saying was like buy the dip right there at 31K actually, right, we hit 31K spot on right there, okay, and we pumped right back up to like a 39-40K range, and we got out and we said buy the dip at 30K this time, right there. Okay, so on a 3-day basis we could get something like that. I'm not saying like we will get it right now, but as long as our MACD on our 3-day basis is positive, right, we could get a potential breakout. The biggest challenge right now for most traders going to be, okay, are we going to dump first, right, a quick dump down to the we're going to talk about the monthly 21 EMA later on, dump down to like a mid 25K, 26K, and so on, and then get the reversal back up to the weekly 21. That's also possible, right? The other scenario is like, are we gonna just get the pump right back up to the weekly 21, just about like a 40K, and then retest the monthly 21? So it is going to be very, very challenging, right, over the next like a few days and so on. So the best thing to do is like just be ready for anything. I'm not saying like to go short the market or to go long the market. All I'm saying is we're gonna get a big breakout over the next like a few days. Okay, so the way I would look at it right now in terms of like being ready for the breakout is like either wait for the 25 or wait for the 40K range. That's my personal strategy. Okay, since we already got in like at 30K, the worst case scenario is like it breaks below 30K and retest the monthly 21. If we take a look at the monthly 21, right now it is at 26,570, okay, on Coinbase, right? The worst case scenario is like it dips below 30K, retest the monthly 21, and the bullish scenario is like, since like we got the MACD positive right now, a positive MACD, we could just get a nice bullish breakout up to the weekly 21 EMA, just about like a 40K. So it is a win-win situation, right? Depending on your position, depending on how you want to play it, okay? Because the best thing to do right now, once again, it is just to be patient, okay? That's the best thing to do, and not try to rush the market. Because bear market, right, if you basically did not suffer during the 2018 bear market, you might not know what you're gonna go through. So you know what I mean, like, so most people back in 2018, you know, we've been saying, oh, BTC gonna go up to 50K. Like I remember summer 2018, right? You know, June 2018, July 2018, and all that good stuff. Most like a notable analyst been saying, oh, we're gonna go to 50K before end of the year and all that good stuff, right? So if you learn from, you know, from that type of experience, you're gonna be like, okay, we've been through it before. Back in you know, 2018 on a 3 weeks basis. If we take a look at the 3 weeks basis right here, when BTC was right around this area, right, April, June, May, right, April, May, June, people have been saying, oh, we're gonna be reversing. Okay, so I learned from it right here, and I was like, okay, when we take a look at our 3 weeks 21 EMA, we basically repeating the same exact setup right here, right? So that's what we talked about like a few weeks back when BTC was like at 42, like back in May, first week of May. We said if we dump down, we just don't know how long we're gonna stay around our 3 weeks 21 EMA. And it's been like what, over 2 months, guys, over 8 weeks, we're still above the 30K area, right? So that's why I'm saying any dips right now, you know, we could get a short-term, you know, potential breakout back above the 3 weeks 21 EMA, and could stay there until basically, you know, bears are strong enough to basically break the break the price below the 3 weeks 21 EMA, which is basically 30K area, right? So keep that in mind, right? So guys, if you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes. Don't forget to join the public Telegram group, link in the description, and all that good stuff, right? So let me take a look at the chat room. So guys, hit the likes. We got 27 watching. The faster you hit the likes, guys, the more views we're gonna get, most likely, right? So if you find the content useful, whether you're bearish or bullish, make sure to hit the likes, right? Hey, what's up, 666 in the house? A 40% pump is before the slow bleed and lazy action in 3 to 4 months. Exactly, that's possible. That's why I'm saying let's just be cautious. That's why we've been buying the dips at where 30K, because we just don't know how long it's gonna take to break the 30K area, right? In our premium we said 30K, guys. Even though we can drop down to a 25, primary support area is 30K right here. Okay, so we've been defending the 30K area the last 8 weeks. Okay, and we've been pretty much very successful because price action did not basically continuously been bleeding below the 30K support, right? So hey, what's up, Humi? Thanks a lot for tuning in. It's been a while, man. Broad, thanks a lot for tuning in. Brad is saying like I'm hoping for a dump, right? But be prepared. I'm prepared for a pump. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good. So be ready for both scenarios, because you just don't know. You can't basically dictate what the market will do. Okay, you just be ready for both scenarios, and it is going to be like a win-win situation for you if you be ready for both scenarios. And you're not going to be surprised when people crying like, oh, manipulation, Bitcoin is dumping and all that good stuff. You'll be like, all right, I was ready for the 25K. You see what I'm saying? If it pumps like a 40K, all the analysts are going to be like, oh, we're going to the moon, and you're going to be like, oops, I was ready for this. It's time for me to take my profits, flip short, and basically wait for the 25K support, right? Hey, what's up, Buzz in the house? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Best business in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Ernest in the house. Haki, thanks a lot. Pablo Crypto in the house. Homo sapiens, thanks a lot for tuning in also, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at BTC on lower degree. It seems like it wants to break out. I know most people are looking at the hourly bullish divergence, right? But I don't like looking for a big move. I don't like to look for a big move and be focusing on too much on the hourly, right? If I'm looking for a big move, I like to at least focus on the 6-hour time frame. Okay, so we're gonna talk about all that good stuff, but let's go ahead and take a look at BTC USDT. So when we take a look at BTC on a 6-hour time frame, right? If you guys remember our last analysis, what we were saying was like the range of 34.5, right, up to 35.3, right, going to be a major resistance level to keep an eye on. So if you try to basically rush the market, you're gonna be like, oh, every single like a 3% pump, you're gonna be like, oh, I'm going long and all that good stuff, right? So as of now, we got a potential I don't think it is a descending triangle, but you could even like look at it as a descending triangle right here, you know, if you want to ignore the wicks, right? And on the hourly basis, that's the 6 hour. Let's take a look at the hourly. So if you take a look at the hourly basis, right, some bulls up, you know, I mean, it is a correct structure. Okay, it is a correct structure. You got a nice bullish divergence right there, a small one, and you got a bigger one. I just don't like the big one, but the reason why I don't like the big one is like this move looks like a we don't know yet if it is a 5 or you know a 3 wave, because you could look at it as a 3 wave like that, 1, 2, and 3, or you could look at it as a 5 wave. Okay, so kind of subjective right now. So let's see if the smaller bullish divergence right here going to play out. Okay, even if it plays out, you got your short-term bearishness. Since like we're talking about hourly, so you gotta take, you know, you gotta take into account the potential rejection at the you know 33.3, which is just about like the hourly 100 EMA, right? But it is a bullish divergence, but I just don't like to pay attention to it as of now. If I'm looking for a big move, okay, if I'm looking for a big move, like let's say 10, 15, 20% move, I want to basically focus on the 6 hour time frame, right, and all that good stuff, right? But let's take a look at the 6 hour again, right? 6 hour pretty bearish. MACD, it is still pretty bearish, right? Not a good sign of a potential reversal unless we get a bullish MACD. All right, that way I'm gonna be like, okay, we got a beautiful divergence right here. Okay, right now we could call it a divergence, but it would be aggressive to call it a divergence because it's not yet, you know, crossing bullish. You see what I'm saying? So, and you don't know how low it could drop. Right here, it could basically drop down right there, right, and then give us the bullish divergence. So we just don't know if this sucker could basically create the wedge or the parallel channel right there and right here. That's also possible. That's why I'm saying I just need to be cautious in this range, because we got so many potential bearish you know setup. I'm not saying it will play out, but I'm just staying neutral right here in a lower degree. Okay, so if it drops lower, that's going to confirm the bullish setup right here, okay, on the 6 hour, right? And if it, you know, push back up, it's going to confirm the hourly bullish divergence. But we got our 6 hour, you know, 21 EMA and 1 hour 100 EMA just about like a 33.3. That's why I'm saying like let's just be cautious in this range, right? So till we get a clear direction in the short term, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at these alt I wanted to cover, and after that we're going to take a look at, you know, some of your requests, right? So now we're going to start off with Atom, right? So if you take a look at Atom right here, let's take a look at it on 6 hour, right? So we're gonna start off with Atom BTC. Okay, Atom BTC, you take a look at it, we got a nice bearish double top, right? Beautiful double top right here, beautiful high right there, right? So I was saying like in our premium right here, especially on Atom USD, I was like, we most likely, okay, gonna basically be reversing to the downside. Okay, we first started to short it right here, just about like I think 11.7, 11.8, with a stop loss right around like a 12.75, but sucker broke out to the upside and you know, kick us out, right? So the reason why we shorted it right there was like we did have a bearish divergence right there, but it was on a 4 hour time frame, right? So it was on a 4 hour time frame, so I rushed that one. So I was like, okay, we got this bearish divergence right here. I know we didn't have it on the 6 hour, right? you can see like we did not have a 6-hour bearish divergence, but we did have a 4-hour bearish divergence, right? So price action broke below the 21 EMA. It confirmed the bearishness, right? So you took a short, put a stop loss right here, sucker kicked you out and created another one, right? So if you don't give up, right, you're gonna basically just take the 6-hour bearish divergence right here. Okay, broke out right here. You got the wave 3 and wave 4 bearishness. Okay, high highs, right? MACD double top. You know it is likely to retest the at least the support area, just about like a 11.5. 0.618, it is going to be where at 10.4, 10.5 area. 0.786 going to be somewhere around like a 9.2, 9.3. So a beautiful setup. Okay, these bearish divergences, sometimes like if you use it, if you use them like on a lower time frame, right? Let's say hourly, 2-hour time frame. You don't want to be waiting. You don't want to be basically looking for a big move. You want to look for probably like a 5 to 7, 10% max. But if you use it on 6 hour, you could be looking for a potential reversal. You see what I'm saying? So this could play out, and we're going to be looking for 0.618 at 10.4 and 0.786 at 9.28. Okay, definitely stop loss has to basically suck it up and put it above like a $15, just about like a 15.1. Okay, so now let's go ahead and take a look at band. So band, it also has a nice setup, band USD, right? But it did not give us a clear divergence. Okay, so that's why sometimes I like to ignore the potential retest, because sometimes it is hard to get like a complete retest of the top. So let's say price action doesn't retest like the top, like 716, but it retested like nearly 80-90% of the entire move. So the entire basically range right here, so which is basically good enough to call it a divergence for me. You don't have to call it a divergence, but if you flip on your not on your MACD, but on your BTC pair, right, you can see right here we did get a bearish divergence. You see what I'm saying? So the BTC pairing sometimes can help you detect like some sort of bullishness and bearishness, right? So if you're confused, you're gonna be like, okay, I don't have a bearish setup on my on my USD, on band USD. So if I take a look at band BTC, it could basically confirm the bearishness, and we do have a trend line support right here, plus a bearish MACD right there, bearish RSI. So we could suck it up and look for 0.618. Okay, so let's say I'm not basically greedy enough, I could be looking for 50% pullback. So it is kind of subjective, right, where you want to take profits at, right? Either 50% or 0.618 and put a stop loss at entry, because it could dip all the way down to 0.786 right here, just about like a 15.269. Okay, versus the dollar, it could be right here 523 and 470. Okay, definitely stop loss for the bear is going to be somewhere around here. Okay, just about like a 7.3, which is going to be a nice, say 7.25, right, all the way down to 0.786. So which is pretty good. Okay, nearly 2.5, all right, ratio. So nearly 3 to 1. So which is pretty good, right? So now let's go ahead and take a look at EOS. EOS didn't want to basically break out yesterday, right? So it didn't have any bearish divergence, right, on the 6 hours. So I was kind of hesitant on EOS, but ended up basically just sucking it up, right? Because if we basically take a look at EOS BTC, we did have a clear double top. The bearishness was missing on our MACD, right? But on our RSI right here, right, we did have one. Okay, so it was kind of aggressive, but just have to suck it up sometime, right? But if we flip on the not even on the on the 4 hours, so EOS was kind of aggressive, right? So right here didn't have one, neither on the if you want to use your histogram, right, you could use your histogram and basically just to make yourself feel good and say, okay, my histogram is making lower highs right here, right? So price action is double tapping, so I could just suck it up and go with the histogram, right? And plus my RSI right here. Okay, that you could look at it that way also, right? But the main thing is, like, we got the double top, we got the bearishness right here. It wasn't like a full bearish divergence in terms of MACD, but was good enough to basically say, hey, we most likely could be facing lower numbers, right? So EOS, you know, we could be looking for a potential retest of support area right there. If you just want to use the use your support levels, right? Not your but don't, if you want to use your support levels, right, and don't want to use your Fibonacci, you could just be looking for like a 3.5 3.52 range as a support range. Okay, so, and the downside regarding EOS is like it could create this triple top and give us a bearish MACD. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying EOS is very aggressive, but as of now it is working out perfectly. So let's just see if it is going to reverse, or if it is going to just continue down to the 3.5 support, right? If it reverses right here, it is going to give us basically another strong bearish setup, right? Which is pretty which is going to be a good thing, right? So now let's take a look at SNX. Hey, what's up, K4 Liberty? Thanks a lot for tuning in. Money UK in the house. Thanks a lot for tuning in. I sold all my CS sucker, man. You sold all your CS coin. All right. So now let's take a look at SNX USD first. Okay. So SNX, beautiful setup. One of the most aggressive and one of the most like fully completed bearishness right here. Double bearishness, triple bearishness, whatever you want to call it. We got bearish divergence right here on our MACD, bearish divergence on our RSI, bearish divergence on our histogram. So was basically one of the most aggressive and most profitable setup, right? So we talked about it right here when sucker was like $12, 12.1. Right now it is almost like 10.8. Okay, so a nice drip to the downside, right? So one of the reasons why I was saying like this guy could be dipping down is like we do have a 5-way structure right here, right there. Okay, and that's our wave 3 right there, wave 5 right here, bearish divergence. Okay, always look for a bearish divergence whenever you get like a 5-way structure. It doesn't matter if it is a B C D E or if it is a 1 2 3 4 5. You just want to see 5 waves. So you don't care about Elliott wave, but you want to just see 5 waves move. Okay, doesn't matter if it is once again an A B C D E correction, right, or a 5-wave impulsive. It doesn't matter. Okay, so beautiful setup right here. So we could be looking for a short-term support right there, just about like 9.3, right? 9.3 range. So the reason why I'm saying 9.3 could be a support is like the anti-move right here could just be a flat correction, and it could move it could reverse after that, right? Could potentially try to retest the 0.786. I'm not saying it will, but all I'm saying is 9.3, it is going to be a support, and you don't want to be basically bears don't want to be shorting it at 9.3 if they did not short above like a $12 and so on. You see what I'm saying? So at 9.3, it is definitely going to be take profits, right? And wait for price action. Could give us an easy 3-way move, right? 50% to 0.618 pullback, and bang. That way we're going to confirm like, okay, it is going to be a reversal, right? Because once again, if you understand Elliott wave, even though I just counted 5 waves, this entire move right here could just be wave 3. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5, right? It could just be wave 3 of the bigger wave. Okay, this is 1 2 3. You see what I'm saying? This could be 4, and 5 could be somewhere around here, or even just a retest of the 0.618. We just don't know. That's why I'm saying, not to if we don't want to speculate too much, right? We just suck it up and say that's support right here, and we will see what the market will do after that, right? And we're gonna basically deal with it, right? So temporary support just about like a 9.3. If you bearish enough, right, you could be looking for 0.618 retest at 7.8 7.9 right there, Okay, so so keep an eye on SNX. Okay, SNX BTC gave us also a nice beautiful setup. Okay, so as you can see, like SNX USDT, right, did not retest the 0.618 as I just showed you, right here, swing high to swing low. Okay, SNX USDT, all right, didn't retest the 0.618 right there at 14.3. However, if we take a look at SNX BTC, you can see like we did retest what 0.618. So it is a confirmation. That was the confirmation we needed, right, with the bearish divergence right here, both on our MACD and RSI, also on our histogram right there, right? So we could get this move, right, and get the support at 29,601, right, and could potentially get the the other move to the upside, right, if market decides to go bullish. It is going to be a nice bullish setup, but at the same time, bear is going to be putting their stop loss at entry just in case bulls come out and decide to reverse the price, right? But either way you look at it, right here we already got a 5-way right here, right? That's what I would go for, and not try to be too bullish and be looking for another move unless market decide to initiate that move, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to TOMO. So TOMO, beautiful setup also, right? TOMO BTC, as you can see right here, we just talked about multiple bearish setups on band, atom, SNX and EOS and all that good stuff. You take a look at TOMO, it looks like it is just starting to be bearish right now. Okay, triple top right here. If you basically recall the triple top we had right here, just about like mid-June, right? Triple top, dump to the downside. We're also getting a triple top. I like to call it a fake flat, because sometimes you get this flat, you're expecting a very impulsive way, but sometimes it doesn't break it and gives you a W. Most people like to call it W. I like to call it sometimes fake flat, right? Because it is going to give you a fake out pump, right? So looking at TOMO BTC, it seems like TOMO bears could be stepping in over the next like a few days and so on. So keep an eye on TOMO with this triple top and all that good stuff, right? So if we basically want to look for a potential reversal, we could be looking for a move all the way down to like a 0.618. I'm very aggressive looking for 0.618, but 50% to a 0.618, right? Just about like a 55.85 down to like a 51.84. Okay, so it is a clean triple top, nice short divergence. It is not clear, but you can see it. All right, we got this move also, right? So we got the divergence both on the RSI and MACD. Okay, so now let's take a look at TOMO USD. So TOMO USD, the problem with TOMO USD is like it did not retest yet the entire rejection level at 2.5 2.6 area, right? So if it does, it is definitely going to confirm our bearishness, because the MACD right here, it is likely not to cross bullish. Okay, even if it crosses bullish, we could get this move down. So TOMO bulls just need to be cautious in this range and not try to long the sucker anywhere around like a 2.5. okay, so and the downside potential we could be looking for TOMO, if markets decide to reverse, we could be looking for the support trend line right here, not even like 0.618, but it could be a potential slow bleed all the way down to the all the way down to the trend line support right here, just about like a 1.5 give or take. Okay, but 0.618, it is just about like 1.65. 50% pullback going to be at 175. So depending on how bearish you are or how bullish you are, you could be looking for those levels, right? However, a break below this range of 2.6 2.7, a big breakout, big volume could take us all the way up to $3. Okay, that's a challenge right now. All right, something to just keep in mind, just in case bulls give us a big breakout out of nowhere. Exactly, we could be pumping all the way up to $3, right, before reversing. Hey, what's up? Second time, two time. Okay, the price cycle showed the top. Yes, it did. It did show the top. So that's a good news. It is something like we could be paying attention to over the next like a few years, for the next like a bull market, right? Hey, what's up, Mr. Curly? We're gonna take a look at XRP. So we talk about SNX, Atom, EOS, Band, and TOMO. We talk about the setups and all that good stuff. We also talk about BTC. Now let's go ahead and move on to XRP, MITH. Okay, MITH. Let's take a look at MITH. I want to talk about MITH for a while. So MITH, you want to take a look at it on the weekly. So MITH, it is still if we take a look at it on the weekly, even though we just got a bullish breakout, weekly MACD, it is still negative with a low volume. So let's see if like we can break out above resistance somewhere around like $200 and $200, 200 sats, and that could potentially take us all the way up to 400 sats, right? But however, if we do not get a bullish MACD right here over the next like a few weeks, it is likely to retest the lows right there. Okay, so probably that's why I had this arrow right here to the downside. Maybe like we talked last time we talked about it, we were talking about a potential move to the downside, right? So but it got the job done. The most important was like the breakout from the 20 sats all the way up to like a 300 sats. Okay, was actually looking for like a 350, but we didn't quite get to like a 350. We just hit like that was close enough, right? 345. So it was close enough, right? So but we will see over the next like a few weeks if it can retest the lows right here. That's going to be a nice move, even though it is going to be a bearish setup, but that could give us the reversal after that, right? So keep an eye on it over the next like a few months. I don't think it is going to be a weekly analysis, right? Yes, we're analyzing it on the weekly, but you know what I mean, right? It could take a month, okay, to retest the bottom right here and give us another reversal, right? So keep an eye on it on the next alt season, because we still haven't retested yet our June 2019 prices at 700. So a retest of 30 sats, 40 sats, I'm not saying it will, it could even like pump from this point on, right, all the way up to 700. I just don't know, right? But we got a 700 targets potentially over the next like a few months, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at XRP BTC. So XRP BTC, I was looking for the 3,500 to 4,000 range. We did hit like exactly 3,300 range, right, and got rejected exactly as expected. Right now we basically facing like a potential downtrend, okay, over the next like a few weeks and so on. So what we need to do is like regain control of the weekly 21, or we could be looking for a potential move all the way down again, okay, down to like a 500 sats, okay, give or take right here. Okay, so XRP right now it is in a short-term bearish trend, so we'll just be focused, right, and let the market do the work and not try to rush it, right? Because it is it is a big weekly it is a big rejection on the weekly basis right here at 4,000 area. So price action below the 21 EMA, MACD is negative, low volume right here. So let's see if we're gonna basically get any sort of reversal. Okay, but as of now it is still in a short-term bearish setup. Okay, I like it on the monthly basis. I mean, like, I like the analysis on a monthly basis. That's what I mean, right? Let's take a look at it on the monthly. So the monthly, what I was saying on the monthly is like we need to regain control of the monthly 21. Remember, guys, we talk about XRP monthly 21, both on BTC and US, both versus BTC and versus the dollar. We talk about like how important it is like to stay above the monthly 21. Okay, versus the dollar, we're still above the monthly 21, so we have to stay above the monthly 21. And versus BTC, we gotta regain control, of the monthly 21 EMA right there, just about like a 2,500, right? If not, it could be retesting the lows, right, for a potential support area, right? 30K so close. Okay, so right now we're dipping, so that's a good news, right? 30K so close, so now we're at 32. So let's go ahead and take a look at the alt we just talked about, right? So that's going to give us some sort of idea, right, if we're going to be retesting our targets, right? So Atom, it is already down 3% on the day, so that's a good news right here. Atom just broke out. Okay, so as you can see, we just talked about it, guys. Not even like 3 minutes ago. Bang, 0.618, just about like a 10.5. Okay, and we did have all these setups in my premium like a few days ago. I talked about Atom, SNX, Band, EOS, and all that good stuff, right? TOMO, and EOS, right? Let's take a look at Band. Band look like it is gonna give up also, right? Low sell volume right here, so we need a big breakout in terms of volume. Let's take a look at the 8 hour. So the 8 hour gonna close in 7 hours, of course, right? So 8 hour breakout, so that's a good news below the trend line support. So let's take a look at EOS. Nice move. Right now we broke below the 21 EMA, right? So a good move, okay, on EOS. So EOS, you could have basically go with the 2 hour basis. I think that's what I noticed first, right? The 2 hour bearish divergence, but I just didn't want to basically be looking for a reversal on our 2 hour basis, right? So, but it did play out. It did play out beautifully, okay? Okay, right there. Couldn't find the bearishness on the 6 hour, but worked out to end up being like a pretty bearish on the 2 hour, right? Couldn't find it on the 6 hour, basically. That's what I tried to say. Let's go ahead and take a look at SNX. SNX, nice, okay. TOMO, TOMO could be hard-headed, right? Hard-headed, right? So it could let's take a look at it on the 6 hour, because kind of look very choppy on the 2 hour. Yeah, we gotta, I'm liking the 6 hour MACD right now, okay? I like the curvature right here, this fake out, not a fake out, but this strong curve right here. I'm liking it. So we just need to break below the 21 EMA, and that could seal the deal for a potential continuation to the downside. Okay, temporary support just about like a 1.9, right, give or take. All right, XRP 589 by 2030, says Mr. Curly. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin next. So Litecoin finally breaking out MACD crossing bearish 128. So we do have a support right around like 123, right there. So let's see if bull is going to be strong enough. So spotted the bearishness right there after the rejection right there. I woke up, I saw Litecoin at 139. I'm like, what Litecoin is doing at 139? By the time I drink my coffee, sucker was already down like below below like 134 or something like that. I'm like, okay, that makes sense right now, right? So but we need to regain control of the 6-hour 21 EMA just by like 133. Okay, gotta get a nice close above it. Okay, we could get the bullish divergence if BTC decides to find support at 30k. Most likely Litecoin could find support at like 125, 123, or even down to 123, right, and give us a divergence right here. That's possible. Okay, so we don't be too bearish on it. Okay, the biggest support area to keep an eye on for Litecoin going to be right here at 105, 108 range, right there. Okay, but if we want to basically focus on the macro analysis for Litecoin, we could be saying, hey, if BTC is to retest the monthly 21, Litecoin could basically face some serious problems, right, and could be retesting like the 50% to 0.618 below it actually. Okay, right here. So we already talked about like 105 to 85 previously, right there. Okay, 50% pullback, just about like $100. But I was like, okay, you don't want to be waiting for like the exact number, so try to look for like a 110. Okay, 110, 105. It did retest like 106. Okay, 104, 106 range. So 0.618 going to be at $68, right? If we're going to be retesting the 0.618, could dip even below 85. But that's going to be on a monthly basis, not on a daily basis, right? So I don't expect Litecoin to retest like a $60, $68 like within the next like a few hours. You see what I'm saying? So if you basically trading Litecoin on a macro analysis, you basically want to wait for 68. Okay, that's going to be a good range to speculate to speculate regarding a potential like a reversal back up to like a 130, 140, whatever, right? But we will talk about it, right, once we get there, if or when we get there, right? Okay, Brad, you're on shorts. Okay, that's nice. Okay, so sometimes don't force the if the market is going in one direction, just go with the direction of the trend. Trying to go against the market, yes, you're gonna make some profit at some point, right? But it is likely you're gonna suffer a lot before you make some profits. Just go with the direction of the trend. We're in a bear market, so we're in a bear market. I would say like 85% in a bear market, or even like 90%, right? So let's take a look at BTC on a 3 weeks basis. I don't think we talked about the 3 weeks MACD. Right, so the 3 weeks MACD right here on the 21-day chart, right, it is already negative. Okay, it is negative right here. Price action above the 21 EMA. So it means like if the MACD continues to drag down right here, right, keep on dipping, we most likely going to get some sort of a pullback later on. We just don't know at what price level we're gonna get it. Okay, but since like our 3 weeks MACD is negative, we don't want to be waiting for the monthly to be negative. Okay, because that could be too late. Okay, that could be too late, right? So but the 3 weeks time frame gives you a heads up and say, hey, remember 3 weeks, it is the 3 weeks. 3 weeks it is before monthly, right? And monthly is before 50 days. So you get like a heads up, kind of like you watch your weekly, see what type of bearishness you get before you get to your 3 weeks time frame, and you check your 3 weeks time frame before you get to your monthly, right? And all that good stuff. So you get the point. Right now the 3 weeks time frame is saying we are 85 to 90% bearish. Okay, we are 85 to 90% bearish. Okay, so it doesn't mean, once again, I'm not saying like just because we 80% to 90% bearish doesn't mean like bulls cannot show up like next month. Right? But as of now, okay, the 3 weeks MACD is negative, so we just have to suck it up and try to go with the direction of the trend. Okay, and buy at macro support. Right, the macro support we're looking at, monthly 21, right there, just about like a 25. Okay, or the weekly 100 EMA at 25 to 88. All right, so pretty simple, guys, pretty simple. That way we're not going to get confused, we're not going to be drawing too many lines, we're not going to be talking about the same thing over and over again. We know exactly what we're looking for. If you've been watching our channel over the last 8 weeks, you know exactly what we've been looking for. We said exactly we're going to be waiting for the 30k support, and after that we're going to be waiting for the monthly 21. That's it. Nothing to be worried about, nothing to be scared about. And not FOMOing on these pumps, 3% pump, 2% pump, and all that good stuff. We're not FOMOing. Okay, we know exactly what we're looking for on the macro view, and we're staying calm, right? So stay calm and not try to rush the market, right? 2018 was worse. 2018, like, we moved sideways like for almost a year, man. Like 10k 6k area, we move not a year, but you know what I mean, right? In this range, right? Started February till October, sucker been moving sideways. Pretty boring. Okay, it was very boring. Okay, so all right, guys, I'm just gonna call it a day. If you're new to our content, don't forget to hit the likes, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, join our public Telegram group, link in the description, right? You can also join the public Telegram group, link public Discord group, okay, link in the description. If you want to join the premium group, you can just send me a message, and you're gonna get access to the premium group, weekly update, live update, live trading update, short setups. We got like multiple shorts running right now, like Monero. I didn't talk about our Monero shorts, right? It is still running. If you take a look at it right here, okay, Monero running right there. Okay, so Monero, let's take a look at it right here. I think Monero is in this area. Second Monero. Okay, so that's the Monero setup right there. So spotted the bearishness, spotted the Monero bearishness, but I know Monero is pretty funny, right? So I didn't want to basically open up a short too early, right? So it did, it gave us a nice flat correction right here. So I was like, okay, it's gonna dump down. But I remember Monero right here also, right? It did give us the same setup. But remember, guys, how I explained to you guys why Monero was gonna dump down, right? So I was like, okay, we just need to be patient, right? So it ended up creating a triangular formation right here. So I was like, okay, so most alt retested the 6 hour 100 EMA, but Monero failed to retest the 6 hour 100 EMA. So I was like, okay, we just have to protect ourselves above like 230 231, okay, just in case it wants to retest the 6 hour 100 EMA. So resistance was like 215 220, and we're looking for like the 166. Okay, so if we take a look at let's take a look at storage. Okay, storage sucker just reverse. Okay, so storage sucker right here just pumped right back up. It could be because of the BTC pair support at 230, support at 236. So that's going to create a potential bearishness right here now. Okay, but we took the short right here. Okay, all the way down right here. Okay, was looking for 0.618, but as you can see, gotta put stop loss, and look for another entry. Okay, So but it did give us a nice bearish setup right there on a 6-hour basis. Was not that strong, but still it did get a nice rejection all the way down to 236. So I don't think this move is a reversal, even though the volume is pretty big. I don't think it is a reversal move, as BTC is quite bearish in the short term. So let's see if we're gonna break this range now. Okay. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to cover for today. So make sure to hit the likes and subscribe to the channel and join our public Telegram group. All right, guys, be safe out there.